couple of years ago, on Father's Day, I participated in my regular Sunday Mass in Washington. And it was similar to every week, except for the visiting bishop who was celebrating that Sunday. And during his homily, the bishop wished all of the fathers present that morning a happy Father's Day. And he went on to speak of the families that these fathers had created with their wives. Now, as a gay man, I will never be a father with a wife. And that comment got me thinking. It forced me to address an issue that I had been avoiding for too long. I said to myself, Alexander, it's time to give yourself the gift of finding a spiritual community where you, the whole you, is loved and represented and celebrated. And I knew that the next Sunday I would not be in the same church. And that scared me, because where I was at that moment was all I'd ever known. But in that moment, I admitted to myself that I had been at a spiritual crossroads for some time. I was never rejected in that community, but I was never fully accepted either. And I knew that I deserved to be accepted. I knew and I know that God accepts each and every one of us as his children. And so I no longer wanted to be part of a church that told me that God did not accept some people. Because I knew and I know deep in my soul that God is love. But still, that was scary and painful. I remember vividly, I closed my eyes and I said, God, wherever I kneel to pray, you are the same. And that is what gives me courage to do this. And so over the next weeks and months, I found myself in various different parishes each Sunday, until eventually I found my way to St. Columba's in Tenleytown. And I knew from that first Sunday that I had found my home. I spent time in conversation with many Columbans, and I did a great deal of research on the Episcopal Church and its teachings, and found that it aligned with the place where I wanted to be. And I dove into ministries that were close to my heart. And my faith ultimately was deepened, and it continues to be every day. I try to see God in everything that I do, and I see God in other people every day of my life. I always have. St. Columba's has shown me a new layer of God's love in others, and has strengthened and deepened my faith that there is a God who loves me for who I am, and is with me always. It's deepened my faith in a God who encourages me to love, but does not put limits on who. One of my favorite hymns is All Are Welcome by Marty Haugen. And the lyrics of that hymn tell of a house that we as followers of Christ are building. And up until recently, I'd seen the foundation of the house, but I'd never seen it completed. Listen to the lyrics, and I think the place they describe will sound familiar to you. Let us build a house where love can dwell, and all can safely live. Built of hopes and dreams and visions, rock of faith and vault of grace. Here the love of Christ shall end divisions. All are welcome, all are welcome, all are welcome in this place.